Hey y'all, I'm back with another story. Listen, y'all, I just read in Al Jazeera. Al Jazeera News is the international news source. I just read that 15,000 nurses in the state of Minnesota walked off the job, and they are now on a 3-day strike. You all let me know. Have you all heard that? I want you to think about that, y'all. 15,000. Okay, 15,000 nurses in the state of Minnesota have walked off the job. Okay, they have walked off the job, and they are now on what is said to be a 3-day strike. Okay. According to Al Jazeera, what I remember reading from the article, the nurses are demanding higher pay, better wages, um, better working conditions. Um, it's been alleged that executives have been putting profits over patients. Okay, so I think they had the slogan like patients over profits. Okay, is what they were advocating for. What do you all think about this news? You all know just recently I told you right here within the same week, this week actually, that railroad workers, okay, they're threatening to go on strike, which could, basically cripple and shut down our economy. Now let's think about the nurses, y'all. Nurses, many people can say that nurses, or many people may feel that nurses are the true heroes. Nurses, doctors, other medical professionals are the true heroes during the pandemic. Many of these people, many who you may know, maybe you have nurses, doctors, other medical professionals in your family, they kept working during the pandemic. In some states around the country, I'm sure you can do your research on this. But many states, they were mandating that healthcare professionals, maybe certain ones, get the thing, okay, in order to stay on the job. Now, you got to just think about that, the way that nurses or the medical professionals were treated in regards to that, right? The fact that, they walked off the job, I don't know if they were working in a clinic, a hospital, doctor's office. I don't know. Maybe a hospital, right? The fact that they walked off the job says a lot. It really shows, how firm they stand behind their beliefs, and a lot of people, according to the article, stand with them. I think I had even seen where Bernie Sanders, I'm sure maybe you all have heard of him, but I saw where I believe that he was one of them. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that he was one of the people that were supporting what they were doing. Here's where I have a concern. Now, of course, I feel like, people have the right to, or should feel like, hey, maybe I need to be earning more, or this is not enough to meet my current needs based on everything. Just think about what nurses, if any of you are nurses or in the medical field, you can chime in. Please leave a comment. Let me know your insight on this. But just think about everything that they have to, everything that comes with their role and their job, right? They're caring for the sick, whether it be, whatever type of illness, whatever type of traumatic event, right? Many hospitals, we all know this, we read this, right? Many hospitals were overwhelmed, reportedly overwhelmed during the pandemic, short staff. What nurses, I believe, a lot of times they work 12-hour shifts. Maybe some were pulling longer shifts than 12 hours. Certainly very tiring, I would imagine. But many, many, many medical professions, they have a love and a passion for what they do. So what I'm saying is the fact that they walked off the job doesn't mean that, I would think it doesn't mean that they don't care. They're just saying, hey, we need change, and we need change now. I look at it as a way of, maybe they're saying, hey, is anybody hearing us? Nobody will hear us, so we have to go to this extreme and do this. Now, here's where I want to ask a question, and I want to get your insight, right? Is this going to set off some type of chain reaction with in other professions, right? And you can do your research on this and just see, some of the other professions, truck drivers, maybe even some teachers, workers with UPS. Okay, there's brewing. There are talks of a possible strike that could even come as early as next year with UPS. Okay, you all make sure you research that story as well. But a lot of workers are feeling that, hey, we deserve more. We deserve better pay, higher pay, better working conditions, all of those things. If you just do a search on the internet, right, you can see a lot of stories about this one topic. So what are your thoughts on the 15,000 nurses in Minnesota on a 3-day strike? Do you feel like they're right for what they're doing? They're wrong? What are going to be the consequences of them walking off the job? What about the patients that they're left to care for? What do you all think about that? Let me know your thoughts. I'm going to keep an eye on this topic. I definitely want to say a thank you to the many men and women who give their time. They sacrifice their time to help care for those who may be sick, ill, in need of medical attention. I want to say a thank you to the nurses, that are out there that work long hours. Some who I know personally. It's not always an easy role, but I want to say thank you. If any of you are nurses and medical professionals, please weigh in the chat. Let me know your thoughts on this topic. And as always, I appreciate your support. Very concerning, but it's also at the same time eye-opening to the fact that many people are saying, hey, many people in different careers, professions are saying, hey, wait a minute. For so long, we've been ignored. We've been saying, hey, we need this. We're overworked. We're tired. Other people may be getting pay raises. Hey, it's time for us to get a pay raise too. You all let me know your thoughts on this topic. If you have some insight on this topic, please let us know in the chat. This is a community where we're all concerned about the times we're living in. We're seeking truth and transparency. And this is a place where we can share news and information. All right. Y'all take care. I'll be back with another video right here on Andrea Speaks TV. Take care, y'all.